I'm excited to introduce our leadership dashboard, which was designed with direct input from our customers. So it's a real game changer in terms of how you analyze data and get those actionable insights. This isn't just another report. It acts as a strategic tool that highlights growth opportunities and offers practical insights and recommendations. So instead of digging through multiple reports, figuring out which metrics matter the most, and then manually doing that comparison with the different date ranges in order to spot those important trends, this dashboard simplifies everything. It includes pre-analyzed data, so it effectively does some of that heavy lifting for you. Another great feature is the ability to impress your management or leadership by simply exporting these insights into a neat PDF or PowerPoint formats without any of the groundwork on your part in the analysis. So let's dive right in and see how you can leverage this dashboard to make a significant impact with minimal effort. This dashboard focuses on three main areas most important to analysts. So starting with this top section, this area of the report focuses on visitors. So you can find out the percentage of employees that are visiting your sites and how that differs from last quarter. So are more employees visiting your sites this quarter, or were your engagement levels better last quarter? And this is answered for you right here, and immediately you can find out that 27% of users visited your sites more this quarter than they did in the comparison period of last quarter. And then you'll know if you're doing better or not. You can also change the filter above to compare month to month or year to year. Now, of course, understanding your users and what interests them for increased usage is really important. And while we already know which audiences are using the sites the most, as well as those that use it the least, so the top and bottom users, what you can see reported here is the growth potential. So that's an untouched piece of the pie of users that could be visiting your sites more, but they're not. So right here, what we've done is we've listed the content that users from the bottom segments are most interested in. And then we know that by targeting those bottom segments with the content that their colleagues are interested in, it can increase your portal engagement by up to 168 active monthly users. You can select which audiences you'd like to focus on in the audience filter. So for example, whether you want to view this data by office, department, location, or other attributes that you have added to Cardiolog, you can select that right here. Now, after you do take action and you do start to target those specific audiences with the content of interest to them, you can easily then revisit this data to see if the action that you took really did help increase the engagement levels for that audience. So now we know, for example, if we look at the human resources department, we know that this quarter, the users that we targeted in that department visited the site 19.4% more than they did last quarter. Now moving on to this middle section of the report, we'll show you insights about activity patterns to help you understand how well your sites are performing. And at the end of the day, leadership really want to know if users are engaging with the portal as often as intended. And here you can see that visitors use the portal 1.16 days a month and spent 0.30 hours in the portal. And you can see whether this has increased or not. This is increased by 91% more as compared to last month. And this insight is really crucial because it does help determine if enhanced engagement strategies are needed, if you want to boost visitor attention, or even improve content relevancy to encourage those longer visits. Now let's focus on content. Looking here at content itself and what topics are gathering more attention and trending. So taking this visual,
while you already see in your existing reports the most popular, the most viewed content, what you can see here and how this report differs is really, you can see on first glance which content is increasing in popularity over time. So what content is gaining more traction than it was before? And here, this is listed for you right here. Now, taking a specific piece of content here in our example, we can see that this content right here attracted 4% more users this month than when it was initially published last month, which is really, really powerful information if we want to see if our efforts and content reach is improving and is effective. Now, of course, you can choose to focus on specific types of content, such as documents or news articles, using this filter right here. Now, for instance, if you're publishing news articles and you want to broaden their reach by promoting them through weekly newsletters, you can refer to this top trending report to verify if your efforts are effective in attracting more viewers to these articles, and then equally monitor any growth. Additionally, you can track the impact of your newsletters specifically by observing the successful campaigns visual. This visual shows which campaigns brought the most traffic to your site, and therefore you can tell how many visitors who read the news articles were directed from your weekly newsletters. In this example, we can see that for this piece of content here, that was viewed by 4 visitors, and you can see how many of them came from our Gmail campaign or any other campaign that we currently have running. In order to create your own campaign, all of you need to do is simply add a parameter to the news article URL, which is posted in Viva Engage or sent via email, for example, that describes your campaign so that Cardiolog will track where people are coming from to your content. Similarly, by analyzing these trending search phrases, you can identify which topics and terms are gathering interest amongst your visitors, and then tailor your content to align with these different emerging trends, and of course, in turn, increase engagement and visitor attention. So as we come to the end of this dashboard, I'd like to summarize what we wanted this report to deliver to you. In summary, the leadership dashboard saves significant time by really eliminating the need for that extensive data analysis and some of that decision making, because we now generate these insights for you, meaning you no longer have to kind of ponder over data. You can actually present these findings with these recommendations and insights directly to leadership. And of course, while it doesn't replace the out-of-the-box reports or the need for detailed analysis that you can get from the other reports that we have, it does aim to replace the time-consuming process of generating these insights on your own, and provides a really clear understanding of the bottom line for those who need those quick answers. And also, if there is something missing in this report that you consider essential, remember that like our other reports, this is fully customizable as well. When you edit the report, you can add any parameters that you'd like. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining.